Hello, welcome everyone. Welcome to the ethics class. Today we are continuing our class. We are using McGraw-Hill 2024. This is copyright, and then it's by Sekti, Kusi, and Price. This is chapter 7, which is responsible ownership and governance. It is the socialism of capitalism. Let's start the chapters. This is quite a long one. Learning outcomes, there's about 5 of them. Explain the fourth sector of the economy. Number 2, explain how the corporate responsibility strategy affects socialism and capitalism. Number 3, identify the new corporate structure involved with socializations. Number 4, differentiate between concepts associated with the socialism of capitalism. Number 5, evaluate the role of business will play in capitalism in the future. Socialization of capitalism is a process to which business system conform with society expectations, uh, resulting in desired socially responsible outcomes. The movement is toward making capitalism more aware of the impacts of its action on the society, with an increasing emphasis on the social purpose of the business addition and traditional financial focus. Owners are the keepers of the property and responsible to their community and for their externality. Okay. All right. Let me continue the next chapter. The next slide. Traditional three-sector model, which is the private sector, run by private individual and corporations, which generate through earnings. Social sector, which is charities, NFP, and solicit donations, and sometimes generate earnings to create public benefit with no profit motives. And then public sector, which is the government that seeks to create public benefits, usually with no profit motives. And the PPP, which is the cooperative venture between public and private sector built on expertise of each partners. A good example for PPP will be like Hanson College, Stanford College. Okay, Hanson with the Cambrians, Stanford with Canadors College. Social community values, which is a new form of value, which is community value, integrate social value with physical, human, social, cultural, and economic capital. This is the economic transactions, the demand value plus supplier value, you get the economic values. For the social value marketplace, you get the demand value plus supplier value plus social value, you get the community values. Excuse me. And then the fourth sector, we did the new organizations start the structure, which is hybrid organizations that merge the market-based approach of the private sector with the public benefit, focusing on the social sector of the social sector and the purpose with the benefit driven, such as social entrepreneurship, microfinancing, cooperative, for-profit, faith-based enterprise, and B corporations. Sustainable strategy is a plan that fuses economic and ethical, social, and environmental responsibility more intensively and integrates the corporate social responsibility into all facets of the corporation operations. Builds through strategic management is a process through which a corporation establishes its missions, objectives, analyzes environments and resource capabilities to formulate strategies. It creates organizational system and process needed to implement the strategy and devise mechanisms for evaluating the performance. The stages for the CSR stage from defensive, compliance, and managerial. It has its own details. Okay, like defensive, it is criticism from stakeholders for alleged negative society or environmental impact that may affect brand reputations. The CSR reform will be defensive, often legal stance, and may deny legal allegations. For compliance, it is the creation's policy to address the legal minimum required by stakeholders, which is the typical mitigation risk. Managerial will be ensuring the issue is addressed embedded in the management process. Okay, this is involved in the daily operations. Strategic, this is the stakeholder issue, integrated into the core business strategy and social innovation that result in the first mover advantage benefits. Okay, for the civil is the promotion industry. The response will be participation on a given stakeholder issue through a setting industry standard. Awareness. Example, evolution of sustainability strategies here. From awareness, stakeholder focus to management staff involvement. Awareness from defensive, compliance, emerging, and comprehensive bucket. This is the buckets, the buckets for each category. Okay, for awareness from little example here, none avoids sustainable unless criticized and client motivated by legal requirements and emerging beyond legal requirements and voluntary accept the responsibility and accept understood element of strategy. Example, the stakeholder focus defense will be the owners, comprehensive with stakeholder engagement in the industry collaborations. Ministry staff involvement, no training to high-level management responsibility integrated with performance and management. Evidence of sustainable strategies, for example, from board involvement, ethic programs, CSR program, and reporting. Example, board involvement is unlikely, all the way to the board one who will oversees the comprehensiveness. In terms of ethic programs, so completely explicit program. Okay? The compliance will be based on the rules. Okay, guys? The CSR program here from adopt donations, defensive to completely explicit program. So it's growing from the defensive all the way to the comprehensive. For reporting is none to a separate report in the evaluations. Okay? Each has its own step. 10 things that new sustainability need to know. Whether there's a payback on investment in sustainability, for example, in cost saving or in customer loyalty. And how to make sustainability part of the corporate cultures. Number 3, how to make supply chain competitive and sustainable. Number 4, whether customer will pay more for sustainable product or services. Number 5, in how to best engage the stakeholders. Number 6, how to identify the best measurement of a corporation and its environmental impact. Number 7, whether corporate sustainability attracts and retains employees. Number 8, how corporation can mitigate and adapt to climate change. Number 9, in maintaining the business sustainability. And number 10 is how to identify resources, including research about sustainability and related issues. Okay, in terms of emerging corporate structure and certification, there's a dual integration of social economic purpose, but the benefits are for the social enterprise. Corporations certificate possible, private sector for profit business, or for business purpose. For social enterprise certificate possible, which is fourth sector, for profit or social value, to social sector for maximizing the social benefits. Okay. Social entrepreneurship involves activities that enhance social wealth in some other ways. Entrepreneurship, which is a process of addressing social challenges from inside established organizations. Extrapreneurship is a process of inter-organizational action facilitating alternative combination of ideas, people, and places and resources to address social challenges. Social entrepreneur, innovative, visionary, leader of non-profit for profit business with real world problem solving, creativity, and high awareness of ethical and social and environment considerations. Social enterprise is a model of business operation where some of all profits are directly used to further social aims. In terms of type of social enterprise, from non-profit organizations all the way for profit. Okay, there are specific characteristics. For non-profit, its charitable status, organized for charitable purpose, must meet the CRA rule. CRA stands for Canadian Revenue Agency rules. It can issue donation receipt. For example, is organization charity, okay, non-profit organization without charitable status, exempt from taxation, operated only for charitable purpose, member based on the organization. Cooperative, member controlled and operated for their social benefit. Profit return to members can be social enterprise certified. Hybrid corporations with caps and dividend asset distribution examples such as community contributed company or community interest company, no tax advantages. It can be social enterprise and certified. For profit, owned by non-profit organization, can operate in subsidiary earnings for profits and could be a B corporation and certified. For another for-profit corp owned by investor, can involve private returns to owners as well as committing a portion of profit social to social purposes. Could be B corporation certificate. So this is the difference, guys. Okay. Example for That's profit corp and for profit only. This is by investor. This is can be owned by non-profit organization. This is the difference here. Okay, you see the difference between these two. This is B corporation certified only. This one can be either one. Characteristics of social enterprise. Enterprise orientation, produce goods, provide service, expecting revenues to exceed costs. It has a social aim by providing employment, training, and investment funding, commitment to local capacity building, accountable to members and community stakeholders, profit distributed to stakeholders or used for community benefits. For benefits corporations, aim to make profits but also has a strong commitment in addressing social and environmental problems. This requires varying legislation in the US, not in Canada. Okay. For the big corporations, operate to make profit but has a strong commitment in addressing social and environmental problems. A certificate will be required for this one, amending corporate documentation to allow consideration for other stakeholders, meet independent standard of social, environmental, accountability, and transparency. This is the matrix for non-profit sustainable matrix. Okay, cell 1, substantial social impact, financial vulnerability. Cell 2 will be modest social impact with financial vulnerability. Number 3 will be modest social impact with financial sustainability. Number 4, cell 4, substantial social impact and financial sustainable. The left one, as you mentioned here, the y-axis will be social impact. The y-axis, the x-axis will be financial viability or probability. Okay, cell 1 may not be sustainable. Number 2 means status quo. Number 3 means potential to assess impact or area of collect funding. Number cell 4 will always be the best scenarios. Okay. Key concept and expression. Social license, social control should be balanced. One is proactive and later reactive. The balance can be shifted by government or stakeholders, increasingly applied to individual projects based on the stakeholders' belief, perception, or opinions. Life cycle of project is considered, questioned by some business people, seen as vague, open-ended, and undefined form of social perspective. What's the role of regulatory regime then? Okay. The key concept is social innovation in novel solution to social problem that is more effective, efficient, or sustainable or just than the current solution. But the value is created accrues primarily to society rather than to private individual. Fuel for the fourth sector may permanently alter the perceptions, behavior, and structure in a society. A key concept and expression of social impact investing, financing of initiatives to address social and environmental challenges that generate a financial return and measurable benefits to society, also referred to as social finance. Investment intended to create measurable social and environmental impact and generate financial return. The example would be like microfinancing, social impact green community bonds, venture philanthropy, and social enterprise, B Corp, social and focused mutual funds. Their target will be clean technology, green construction, renewable energy, and community economic development. A key concept expression, social impact in the investment standard, impact measurement framework will be like impact reported in investment standards, social ROI, return on investment, ESG metrics, often used in traditional financing and demonstrating value. That's the key part. Okay. Investor expect financial return with defined social impact. Investive, however, business model constructed for financial and social value. Both investor and investee expect social impact measurement. The key concept and expression, the sharing economy, a sustainable social and economic system involving the sharing of human and physical resources, such as swapping, exchanging or bartering, collective purchasing, share ownership, renting or borrowing, trading used goods. Example, Airbnb, Uber, Lyft, and CarShare, eBay, and Swap Working Holidays, Swap City, etc. Often operates a little government regulation can lead to a decline in work security and dissatisfactions. Key concept of expression, philanthropism, draw upon modern business practice with a non-pretensious spirit to get more end from profit or social organization. 6. To address social issue in the developing world, health, education, poverty reduction, and equality. Criticism may undermine NGOs, may deplete efforts, and philanthropic colonialism. An aspect Key aspect of corporation social capital: any aspect of corporation organizational arrangement that create value and facilitate the action of stakeholders within and external to corporation. Currency example: community values created when stakeholders and corporations have relationship network facilitating understanding, cooperation, and coordination. Could also be defined as a trust or goodwill between a corporation and its stakeholders. Okay, number one, level one means compliance with focus on the laws and norms, example. Okay. Level two will be relationship management, value created and trade-off. Number three will be sustainable organizational culture, maximize value and creation. This is the level of organizational cultures. Okay, so the sense of quality here, social capital, management social capital, and reaction of business value. Okay, that's the keep us slowly, step by step, all the way here. Mention social status going back all the way to relationship here. But if you go to relation business value, go all the way back to the relationship quality. Okay. The key concept and expression of sustainable capitalism means an economic system within which business and trade seek to maximize long-term value creation, accounting for all materials such as ESG metrics. Benefits: increase profits, brand enhancement, improve competition positioning, saving from waste reduction, energy efficiency, and improve HMM practices. ESG metrics enable higher compliance standard, better risk management, such as lower cost of debt and lower capital constraint. Key action to take: identify stranded asset risks with large externality in the play, such as carbon or water pricing. Mandate integrated financial ESG performance reporting for better resource allocation and decisions. And issuance of quarterly earnings guidance to shift thinking from a short to long term. Alliance compensation for long-term sustainable performance and encourage long-term investing in securities that investors are loyal in the long term. Think of CSR as an opportunity or innovation and competitive advantage. To improve CSR, we must better understand the interrelationship between corporation and society. The corporate social integration means integrating social perspective with business strategy. By doing a linkage between business and society and choosing social issue to address, and then developing corporate social agenda and entering the linkages inside and outside. Okay? Linkages between business and society, inside corporations, go to the society, outside the society to corporation. The social issue like the generic important society last toward to corporation. Value chain significantly affected by cooperation, social dimension of company context and external factors significantly affect the company. The responsive CSR such as generic issue, harming mitigations, strategic which is seeking competitive advantage. Responsible enterprise system, terms of economic system operating as free enterprise system but incorporating the elements of accountability. Stakeholder capitalism, which is an economic system in which corporations accept broader obligations beyond financial one for shareholders. Clean capitalism means economic system that incorporates the social, economic, and ecological benefit and cost, and actors know the full impact of their actions. In terms of conscious capitalism, this is based on the four pillars, which is the higher purpose, stakeholders, orientations, conscious leadership, and conscious culture. Creative capitalism is based on the resolutions of the social need as a primary goal of economic activities rather than as secondary consequences. Moral capitalism is a principal capitalism with sustainable prosperity. Inclusive capitalism, it is addressing growing income inequality and unemployment, especially among the young people, falling social mobility and poverty, and the way capitalism can alleviate it. Progressive capitalism, however, recognizes the government role in making the market system serve society. Okay. That basically, let's look at the summary of this chapter, the summary one. The first is illustrating the social capitalism. Okay. Objective number two, corporate sustainability is more comprehensive form that integrates the social, ethical, environment, and government issue into the corporation planning through strategic management. Summary number three, socialization capitalism has been facilitated by the creation of new organizational form, in particular the social enterprise for benefits corporation and the B corporation. For objective number four, summary, there are numerous expressions of the socialization of capitalism and the concept associated with it. Number 5, which is capitalism is changing and becoming more sensitive to society concern about corporate ethical behavior and social responsibility and sustainability practices. So that basically conclude this particular chapter. Okay, I will try to upload this in YouTube as well as in App Puzzle for your interactive learning. Thank you everyone. Bye bye.